everyone, this is Rashi and welcome back to the Reading Platter. So in today's video, I will be discussing a few of the worst or you can say disappointing books of 2021. I have already posted a blog on this one, so I will be reading the books from that. Before that, I want to tell that I am not disrespecting any author or their talents. This video is just to give you guys my recommendation, my reviews. I'm a book reviewer, so I will be only giving my reviews on the books, on the plots of the story, on the writing style as well, but it will be a 1 or 2 line review because there are a lot of books. But obviously I am not saying that this author has no talent. Maybe these books were just not for me, so I'm just expressing my views. So the first book is Waiting for Godot by Samuel Beckett. I have talked about this book a lot in 2021 because it was part of my first year master's degree, and it was so much boring. It is a drama and it is very old. It's a classic, and I was so disappointed. Like, there is a meaning, there is a good meaning to this drama, but the presentation, you can say, is so bad that I just read it because I had to. If I would have an option, I would have DNF'd it. I would have just, I don't know. I just cannot, I cannot forget the story. It was, the writing style was so bad. I just can't explain it. The second book is The Water Knife by Paolo Bacigalupi. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm really sorry. But The Water Knife, it was so disappointing. It had no meaning. I DNF'd it. I don't even remember the story. I just know that it was bad. So I cannot say anything more because I really don't remember what the story was about. I DNF'd it. I guess I DNF'd it for second or third chapter. I don't know. The next disappointing book. This is not a bad book, but a disappointing book. We'll say The Mysterious Disappearance of Aiden S by David Levithan. I had a lot of expectations from this book. The title is so much capturing. The cover of the book was also really pretty. I received it as an ARC, and it was like, the starting was good. I won't say this, I guess 20 to 25% of the book was interesting, but everything else in the book, like, I was hoping for a very nice mystery, a very good one, but everything was so predictable. It wasn't mystery at all, so it was a bit disappointing. I had high hopes from this book just because of the title and the cover, but it was my mistake as well because I judged the book by its cover. But truly, the synopsis was also very nice, but I don't think there was any mystery because everything was so predictable. This was just a bit disappointing. I won't say it was bad. The next book is Ghost Town Girl by Deborah Cunningham, and it was also an ARC that I received, and it was bad, I would say. Like, I did not connect with the writing style, and that was the reason I did not enjoy the story. I DNF'd the book and it was not good. The story, the plot in the starting was not very capturing. Maybe the story later on was good, but I gave up hope after reading 6 to 7 chapters. So I won't blame myself for this one because I really did try, but the story wasn't for me. The next book is Welcome to Brookville by Kelly Ennis. Again, it was an ARC, and again the same problem as the previous one. The characters I could not connect with the characters. They did not have any personality. Like, I felt like it was very simple and not developing at all in any chapter, and I was actually interested in this one because it was in horror, I guess, and I was reading it was nice, but later on it just became boring and boring. So I DNF'd it to like 60% in the book. So um not recommended. The next one is also an arc, that is The Serpent Skin by Gentin. I can say that I read only 2 chapters, 1 or 2 chapters of this book because I remember the cover. I looked at the cover a lot because it was pretty, but I could not go through the second chapter as well of this book because I don't remember anything. I don't even remember the characters. So that means I have read only 1 or 2 chapters, 3 maximum, but it wasn't good. The next book is also an arc, and also a book that I cannot forget. That is The Diamond Rose by Daniela Valenti, and it was a very slow paced book. And I felt that the protagonist in the story was so stupid, like so stupid. I cannot even explain it. I did DNF it after 3 to 4 chapters as well, but the stupidness and the naiveness of the protagonist and how they were carrying on, like if anyone would say, any stranger would say do this, she would do that. And like she believed, like someone told her that she had superpowers and she believed it without even questioning them, that how do they know it, how can she prove herself. She just believed it and went with him. It was so bad. She had no personality, you could say. And also it was a part of a long series. I got to know that, so I just TNF'd it. The next one is also the one I could not forget, and also it's an arc, that is For All She Knows by Jamie Beck. And this is the second or third book in a series, and you can read these books as standalones, but if you will read them in a series, you'll get to know the characters maybe well. But I read it as an standalone because the author also says that you can read these books as standalones, but it wasn't interesting at all. There was so much of drama. I love drama, I love a good drama book, but the drama wasn't making any sense. Like nothing of that sort can be imagined. So it wasn't a plot, a story for me. The next one is I Am Heartless by Vineet K. Bansal. I read the Hindi version of this one, and I was so disappointed in this book because this author, everything in this book was so bad. Like every woman, every girl in this book was described as a thing, and every boy was described as a jerk. Like they come to the college just to look at girls and their legs. It was so bad. It was so bad. Like if you are, I don't know, like every country, every place has this one. You cannot say that only India has this thing. Every country, every girl in every country experience this. There are so many bad people who do that. They have to go through this every day. How can you just say that to your own culture? Like we know there are problems, but I don't know, like I felt that he was saying that only the boys and girls in India are this way. But it was so annoying. It If maybe it would have been like in a general tone, maybe I would have liked it, not loved it at all at that time as well, because the writing style was not good. But it was not good. It was so disappointing. I don't think anyone, and also I checked the reviews, all the people who are a little bit of sensible commented this, reviewed, gave this comment in their reviews, that it was so much bad because of these reasons that I mentioned. So the next book is The History of Tom Jones by Henry Fielding, and it is a 1000 page, more than 1000 pages book. And it was so annoying. Like, the story was so bad. The movie as well was so bad. I was supposed to read this for my master's first year. I could not read it because it was horrible. I tried the audiobook that I found on YouTube. That was even more horrible. I got to know that we have a movie for this one. I watched the movie. It was the worst thing that my eyes could ever see. It was just bad. I just don't want to comment anything on it. The next book is Say You Love Me by E.R. White, and it was so hopeless. I just don't want to comment anything on this. A teacher to earn money is a stripper as well. And like, okay, I just agree. No job is bad. I really agree with this. But if you are a teacher and you are stripping, how can you hope? Like, you are teaching middle school, so you know they won't go to strip club. But do you really think children are so innocent? Like, really? Are you a teacher and you are stripping and you're hoping that no student will be there? How is that even possible? It was so hopeless that I just DNF'd it because I could not read what was written in that. So the next is Look Back in Anger by John Osborne. It was also a classic that I had to read. I had to go through the whole book. The story was so bad. It made no sense. It was, I don't know how to describe it. It was just, I don't know. The next one is Innocence by Alexa Riley, and I am talking about the whole trilogy. It was so bad. I read the first book. It was okay, a 2-star, 3-star book. And you know, it is a role play BDSM book, and I'm not interested in these type of books, but I still did read it because it was short and I had to complete my TBR challenge. So I read it and it was so bad. It was so bad. But still, I tried reading the second book, and after the first chapter, I just deleted the book from my phone. I did not even start it with the third book. I did not even complete the second one. It was so bad. I just cannot explain how bad it was. I just cannot. The next one is The Kissing Booth by Beth Reakers. Yes, it is one of my disappointing books. The whole series is disappointing. The first book was good. Okay, it was okay. But the female protagonist was so irritating. So irritating. I did watch the movies as well. And in the movies as well, she was so much irritating. The male protagonist was a stubborn asshole and he was irritating as well. Like, the story was, I don't know how to explain it. I really don't know anything about the books that are here because I just don't know how much hate to express. I do not like this series, not even the movies. The first movie was good, the first book was also good, but later on it was getting more and more frustrating, and that was the point that I thought that I will DNF the third one. I did DNF the third book, and I did not watch any movies any further. The next book is Love You Forever by Robert Munsch, and it is a classic, and it is a very quick read, a 5 minutes read, but it was creepy in the sense, like, you'll read it, you'll get to know it, how much creepy it is. It is very nice for parents to care for their children, but if you are at home and your mother climbs up your apartment to watch you sleeping, that is creepy. And that's what this story is. So that is very much. The next book is The Playboy of the Western World by J.M. Singe, and it was also part of my syllabus for first year masters, and it was so bad that I don't even know how to say it. It was not good at all. The next one is Welcome to Camp Nightmare by R.L. Stein. It is a part of Goosebumps series, the 7th, 8th or 9th book in the Goosebumps series, and this was the book that I decided that I'll give up on Goosebumps series. I will give up on rereading the Goosebumps series because it was so baseless and horrible. The next one is Romeo and Juliet comic by Stacey King, not the original one. So see, the comic are made for us to relate to the story easily and to get to the story easily. But the dialogues in this, the drawings were really nice, I would say. It was okay, but the dialogues were from the original text, and the original text was written by William Shakespeare a long time ago. So that was very much tough to understand. It was written in a different dialect. It was written in different kind of English, a very old English, and it was not understandable. It was not relatable at all, and I was not enjoying anything about it. Maybe if the dialogues were in simple English, I would have loved it, but it's a disappointment and not the worst book we can say. But yes, it was a DNF. The next one is Fatal Conceit by John Ritter. I received it as an ARC on Instagram by the author itself, but there was less text and lot of FUCK in the book, a lot of in it, like every sentence, and the story was just not making any sense. It was very much hard to understand. I agreed on the book because it was a mystery thriller, and I was so disappointed in the book. I first read it, I rated it, I also gave the author my review, but he just ignored it. He just completely ignored it. That like made me even more disappointed that if I'm respecting you, you should respect me as a book reviewer. I am not taking any money from you to review your book, and I have to read that. Uh, but okay, that's okay. We have no grudges. So the last book is a portrait of an artist as a young man by James Joyce, and I honestly don't remember what the story is about. It was also a part of my syllabus. I really don't remember what the story is about because it was so disappointing, so bad, that I decided to forget it. So yeah, these were the worst or disappointing books of 2021. And if you have read any of these, please let me know if you loved them or not, if you hated them as well, or if they were a disappointment for you as well. Do let me know. Maybe our reviews differ, and maybe I can change my review after reading your point of view. So yeah, this is it for today's video, and I'm really tired, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.